Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Ifiba, also known as ChefPhibs. If you're new here, welcome. So today I decided to just do a short video, a very quick one on some of the questions that I've been receiving. Sometimes I just answer them personally, my friends or people who text me and ask me. But then today I just decided that maybe there are some people who would still be wondering the same things but then haven't asked me or have concluded for me. So then I'm going to do a short video and then address them. Okay, so then the first one is why don't I use spices? A lot of people have asked this question. So then when they mean spices, I'm assuming it's because most of them who ask are talking about these shrimp spices. Truth is, I don't even know the types. So for one, I wasn't trained using those spices because my parents don't use, my daddy doesn't like food with those spices. My mom doesn't use she doesn't use those spices to cook. And so then I've never actually I don't know how to use them. Truth of the matter is, if you bring me uh the cubes to use, I might just start pouring small just to see, but then I don't know how to use them. Someone can say, oh, area stew, or if you're preparing this amount of stew, use 2 cubes. I can't tell you that because then I don't use them. And then also I use natural spices. Okay, if you have watched in my videos, the constant spices I always use is ginger, garlic, onions, and then white pepper and curry powder. Now, someone asked me this question some time back about what curry powder is. So curry powder is actually a mixture of natural spices. Okay, it varies. Some people would do their curry powder with chili pepper, so then it's a bit hot. Some people too don't add chili pepper, so it depends on the brand of curry powder you buy. But then curry powder is a combination of a lot of spices. So then a normal curry powder is a combination of spices like coriander, turmeric, cumin, fenugreek, chili peppers, ginger, and onions. Okay, so then if I'm using curry powder, for example, in my food, that means if not anything, I am using 7 spices in my meal for just a meal, just as in smaller proportions in one spice. Okay, so that's why I use curry powder. Curry powder is a mixture of a lot of spices, and it's actually from India, so then it's not a Ghanaian spice. Like, it didn't originate from Ghana. Okay, one of the main reasons why I don't use cubes and those things are because of their sodium levels. Okay, so then we can all testify when our parents are growing up or our grandparents, they tell them to stop taking cubes. Okay, because the sodium level is already high. If you are already eating their food in our diet, okay, the sodium in some of the food we eat naturally, and then you take salt as well, and then you're adding cubes to it. So the most of the time, it's people exceed their daily intake for sodium, and that's when it doesn't help those who have hypertension and all those things. So then they just advise them to stop taking those things to reduce their sodium levels. Okay, and then another question that people ask is, am I left-handed? So then people are confused if I use my front camera. So then, when you use a front camera, like right now, this is my left hand. But I think people would see it as my right hand because right now I'm using my front camera for this video. But then when I'm doing a cooking video, I use my back camera. So yes, I'm a left-handed. Then I use my left hand to cook. Yes, I'm left-handed. I mean, left-handed cook the best. We cook the best foods. Yeah, but then I sometimes use my right. When I'm cutting, when I'm cooking, is left, unless maybe I have set the camera in a way that prevents me from freely using my left, then I'll just stay with my right. But then most of the time I use my left. I'm a left-handed. And then someone also asked, or this one, I think 2 people have asked, why I sometimes put oil last in my stew. So then most of the time we put oil as the first ingredient that heats, then we put our stew ingredients inside. Okay, but then I think I've done a lot of videos where, or some videos where I put the oil last. Now that's because of health issues. Now every oil has how do we call it? This is a smoking point or smoke point, smoke something, yeah, like as in the point where they will heat, like when they heat up to a particular temperature, okay, they start losing the nutritional values, they start breaking down. Okay, now I think something like olive oil would reach a smoking point at 185 degree or something. Yeah, some oils like flax seeds, you don't need to heat them. Virgin coconut oil, virgin olive oil, don't heat them. But you can heat them, but then it's not so necessary to heat them. So you can actually pick your food and then just pour it on it and eat. It's very healthy. The nutritional value is intact. Okay, so then in my house, most of the time we pour the oil last because we don't want the oil. The did I say oil? Whew. So then it's because we don't want the oil to overheat. Like I know that it might not really get there to the smoking point, but then I mean, just I want all the nutritional value in there. So then that's why I put it last. It doesn't affect anything, but it's just a bit more healthy like that. And most of the time, it's because I'm cooking like and putting on the channel that I actually put oil. But then, or maybe my siblings are home. But then if it's my mom and I, we just cook the stew without oil. You can cook stew without oil, right? And it won't be soup, it would be stew. Yeah, so then I prepare it like that with no oil. Then when I heat it, maybe we put it in the fridge. So then when you're ready to eat it and then we heat it, then when my mom is about to eat, she'll pour the olive oil on it, or we'll pour the olive oil on it, and then we would eat. Yes. And then someone said I'm a bit selective on the meals I cook. Now I don't know why people say that, but then this is not my full-time something. Okay, I do a lot of things. So then sometimes, or most of the time, is what we are eating that I shoot and then I post. Or sometimes I intentionally say, okay, I'm going to prepare this recipe. Okay, so then I'm not so selective about the meals I cook. Yeah. And then someone said there are few cake videos. So then in my house we don't really eat pastries like that. Okay, and right now that my siblings are home, I can choose to bake and then they would eat it. But then me and my mom, we don't eat pastries. So imagine that I cook it, she will talk plenty, those things. So once in a while I do it and I share it to my side. Like I give people some so that like it won't even see the fridge. Like that's the whole thing. Yeah. But then I'll be doing more pastry video. Yeah. It will just not be as frequent as the normal main meals. Okay. And then someone said, did I go to a cooking school? No. No, I didn't. So then in one of the videos I did, I stated that people get it wrong when I say that I did nutrition and food science in school. Now we don't cook. It's purely science. So no, I didn't go to any catering school. I don't know, because I want to learn how to, baking is a whole skill, right? You can be a good cook, but then you wouldn't be a pro at baking. So I'm thinking of learning how to, decorate cakes and those things. So that one, I'm a fast learner, so I might just learn it, on YouTube or something, or I would go to a school to do that. But it's legit. It's not one of my plans to go to a catering school. Yeah. And then someone also asked, I think I've also already answered that, how do I choose my meals? So depending on what we are eating at home, and sometimes what ingredient is popular on the market, then I don't. Yeah. So I think I'm done with this video. And yeah, one more thing. I don't do orders for people. I haven't started. A lot of people have asked me that I don't do orders for people as of now. I have not started that business. Yes. I think people don't really understand, like, oh, do it, sometimes it's the time. For me, I feel like when you start a business, okay, then it really gets irritating when you know that someone they cook, or it's a restaurant or home service, those things, and then you go and like, oh, today we didn't cook, oh, this month we won't cook, then they've come back. It's not consistent. If I'm to create a food business like that, I want it to be so much like there should be some consistency. And as of now, I'm not consistent in my life. I have a lot of things doing and going on, so then I can add it to uh, my things. Yes. So then, no, I don't do that as well. If I do that, I'll definitely announce it. Yeah. So I hope you like the video, and then most of your questions are answered. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I beg you, please share it. Like, share the links, let your friends subscribe. I beg you. See you next week. Bye.